You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about Terrell Owens here in this video. The former Dallas Cowboy, the former San Francisco 49er, was actually on one of my favorite podcasts to actually listen to, the PBD podcast with Patrick Bet-David. He is the owner of Valuetainment. And they were actually talking about Stephen A. Smith on the podcast, as well as Colin Kaepernick. Now, this kind of ties together because you guys know that T.O. and Stephen A. kind of had a fallout a while back. And T.O. was really more on the Matt Kellerman side, basically saying that Matt Kellerman was actually more blacker than Stephen A. Now, we're not going to focus on that, but we will focus on the conversation about Colin Kaepernick here, because you guys know that Colin Kaepernick wanted to, so say anyway, come back to the NFL. He wrote that pathetic letter to the Jets, practically begging them to be on their practice squad. Now, Aaron Rodgers, of course, went down. Zach Wilson is the quarterback. Now, Zach Wilson is not a great quarterback. He's actually had a few flashes, though, this season, okay? Now, T.O., in my opinion, gave a controversial take on Colin Kaepernick and Zach Wilson. Now, Cap has not been in the league since 2016. The last time we saw him, man, the man was a disaster. He was not good. He was benched for Blaine Gabbert, and then all of a sudden, he started kneeling for the national anthem. This man ended up suing the NFL. The NFL just settled with Kaepernick, just to say, go away. We're going to pay you money. I think it was like $20 million. I'm not really sure. But then Cap started grifting, started playing the victim, saying, I want to play. Didn't show up to the workout that the NFL put on. They wanted him to actually sign a waiver, mainly because he sued the NFL. The NFL could have just easily told him, no, we want nothing to do with you. But they gave him a workout. He didn't want to sign a waiver, so he changed the location. Didn't tell the NFL. So let's go ahead and dive into this clip. Pat Bet-David and Terrell Owens here. And T.O. has an interesting take. And I completely disagree with his take, because he's actually going to get into basically saying that Kaepernick can't be worse than Zach Wilson right now in 2023. I highly disagree, man, because Cap has been gone for a very, very long time. Now, also, T.O. said that he can also play right now himself, but he was talking about more in the red zone, though. Also, he actually reached out to Cap, and guess what? Cap has ignored him. Cap has been saying he wants to get back in the league. T.O. seems like he wants to help him, but Cap ignores him. This man doesn't want to play. And Pat Bet-David kind of agrees with me on that. But let's go ahead and play this part right here and react.
Time. One of the best to ever do it. Some call maybe the best to ever do it as a receiver. Do you think it's more the NFL, trying to hurt Kaepernick, or you think Kaepernick is being a victim and getting in his own way?
I mean, it could be a little bit of both. Okay. But I think it's like, okay, obviously there was a settlement reached with the suit. So obviously there's something there. But I think I've heard it, I've heard some people say it too. It's like, okay, you've sued the company that you're actually now trying to go back and play for.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's a weird kind of dynamic, right?
It is weird, because he said that the NFL was slavery, and now he wants to go back in chains and get into slavery. That makes any sense. So yeah, it is weird.
So I don't know if that is factoring or playing a part as to why they're not allowing him to play. But you gotta understand, like, you can't sit up here and say that the guy can't play. And I'm not. If you look at I guess
I disagree. Right now, he can't play. He's been gone for 7 years. The man can't play right now. He wasn't looking too good the last time we saw him anyway.
The quality of quarterbacks that are in the league now that are playing. For instance, like Zach Wilson. I mean, he was drafted number 2 pick, a few years ago. Clearly, you got to think that somebody could go in there and play better than Zach Wilson. And I actually watched the game last night because I've been rooting for the guy because I'm like, man, he's shown signs of what he could be as to why he was drafted. He was a 2nd pick a couple of years ago. And so obviously it's unfortunate for Aaron. But again, I'm like, okay, now this guy's been thrust back on the scene. I think for me, it's like God's giving you another opportunity. Like, can you seize this moment? Again, like I said, whatever doubts or mental struggles he's had over the first 2 years, you bring in Aaron. Okay, you're kind of been humbled a little bit. Okay, now you need to kind of really prioritize what you need to do to get better, because clearly this organization has taken vested into you for the pick in which they chose you. And so now he's back on the scene, and obviously, I've been rooting for the guy to like really just come out of this funk and really play like he's capable of playing. I think when you saw him play against the Kansas City Chiefs, if you didn't know who Zach Wilson was and you knew that Aaron Rodgers were supposed to be playing this year, and you looked at those passes, if you just saw a clip and you looked at those passes, you would have thought Aaron Rodgers was throwing those passes.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Okay, right there, guys. He said right there that Zach Wilson was throwing the ball like Aaron Rodgers right here in 2023, okay? In 2023. That is saying something right there, because Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Famer, okay? Keep that in mind. Keep listening.
Well, no, he was a stud in that game, is what he's trying to say. He's not saying he was. I was at the game. Right. We were at the game in New York, right? We went to watch him play against the Patriots a couple weeks ago. Went to the Yankees. Went to the. You forgot already. Yeah. So we watched him play, and I feel what you're saying. He shows signs, but you're saying Kaepernick is better than Zach.
I'm saying he can play. If he can't play worse than Zach.
Wow. I'm stunned. He said that he can't play worse than Zach, but yet, in the same breath, he said that that Zach Wilson was looking like Aaron Rodgers. Is there anybody out there that believes that Kaepernick can come in right now and even resemble Aaron Rodgers? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is a controversial take right here. I believe right now, Zach Wilson is light years better than Colin Kaepernick. Light years better.
Bro, you can't. I can play right now given the opportunity. And I'm not just saying that just to be saying it, bro. I'm telling you, I can play. People have watched me train. Training and working. Like, I can go out and play right now if I was given the opportunity to play 60, 70 steps. No.
Okay. So T.O., now we know T.O. really, really takes care of his body. I believe T.O. is like 50. He can't play, okay? Shannon Sharp is like 55. He's in tremendous shape too. Shannon Sharp has talked about how he can't play right now. He could work out hard, but the recovery is brutal. So T.O., could he come in for a play? Maybe. But I don't think T.O. could be on the field right now.
Understanding who I am and where I am at age, third down, red zone, that's where I would be a viable asset to.
Okay. At least he's talking about like third down, red zone. Okay.
To a team. But we're talking Colin Kaepernick right now. You're trying to tell me his skill set and what he's done and who cares? You can bring up stats as to what his record was when he last played. There are guys that are playing now. You can be equally the same or worse.
It can't get much worse than Kaepernick his last few seasons. He went, I believe, like 3-16. He had like an 11-game losing streak. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It doesn't get much worse than that.
But I feel like he has the ability to play. But again, to your point, it's like, is he stepping in his own way? I have no idea. Only the ones that the powers to be can answer that.
Is Cap a friend of yours? Like, do you guys talk regularly?
No, I've reached out to Kaepernick a couple times. I've seen Cap a couple of times here and there.
So it's not like you guys are friends in relationship, buddy, dinner all the time?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
I've reached out to him. Even when he was on this trail of working out with guys, I had reached out. I even know some people that know him.
Did he get back to you?
No.
Oh, so you.
Of course he's not going to reach out to you. The man does not want to play. T.O. reached out to him when he was trying to come back to lead, supposedly. And Cap never responded to him. Listen to what PVD is going to say right here.
You and Cap have never communicated.
No.
Wait a minute. Never. Not once.
No.
That's a very interesting because, you know, if somebody would have watched that with you and Stephen A. and Max, they would have thought like you guys talked to Colin right before and you're his boy and you're defending him and all this. So this is very weird to hear this now.
I just understand the dynamics of what's going on. And I understand, like you said, when you talk about the contract that they signed, like there's certain language in there. They went in there to amend certain things.
But
here
dude, if he's not getting back to you, okay, to you, you're not, but you're not even in it. All I'm saying is from an outsider. I'm not involved. So you don't even need to comment on this. I'm just giving you mine. All I'm saying is from an outsider. Here's a Hall of Fame fucking, receiver that is defending you and you don't want to even, give him. That tells me more about his character if you ask me. And you don't even say, I'm telling you, those are my words that I'm saying this. But going back to Stephen A.
Yeah, right there. He said that explains a lot about his character right there. Yeah, Kaepernick does not want to play, man. It's just that simple, man. How many times do we have to say it? Kaepernick does not want to play. I completely disagree with T.O. talking about Cap couldn't be worse than Zach Wilson right now. Really? I mean, that is absolutely crazy because let me go ahead and pull up Zach Wilson's stats right here. I should have had it up before, but I didn't. But let's go over here to ESPN. Let's go back over here. Because right now, Zach Wilson, he's completing 59.9% of his passes, 60% essentially right there. 5 TDs, 5 interceptions, 6 yards per attempt. Not great. Not great at all. Okay? He's on pace for 11 TDs, 11 interceptions. Not good. 75 QB rating. Colin Kaepernick, I don't believe, can do better than this. I don't believe Cap is going to complete 60% of his passes. There is no way. There's no way. No way at all. This is utterly ridiculous, man, to even think that. Now, against the Chiefs, because they brought it up, they lost that game. But Zach Wilson was 28 of 39, 245 yards, completed 72% of his passes, 2 TDs, no interceptions, a 105.2 QB rating. Colin Kaepernick is not doing that. He's not doing that. Man. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. What do you guys make of Terrell Owens and his take on Kaepernick versus Zach Wilson? I completely disagree with him. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.